Hi everyone, I'm Suzanne Castle, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about setting yourself up for success in 2021. I know that all of us are really ready to bid 2020 out the door, right? It's been such a tough year. I was just having a conversation with someone. It's like the losses keep coming, and every day new decisions have to be made and plans have to shift, and we're just living at this heightened sense of uh, kind of randomness and urgency that really weighs on our spirits. I don't know if you're feeling me on that. I'd love to know if you're here. Drop a comment. Let me know that you're watching. But I was thinking about that for my own self, and we've got a few weeks to go until 2021. I was thinking about all the things I don't get to do between now and 2021. I have a big decade birthday coming up and was going to be traveling for that and had been planning that for a couple of years, and that's not happening. And all the losses my teenage daughter's experiencing and that my friends are experiencing, and it's just bleh is what it is. And so I got myself out of my mind funk and I made myself a little sticky note. I'm a fan of the sticky note. And I gave myself this challenge of 6 goals that I wanted to be sure uh, to set myself up with in these last few weeks before we get to 2021. Because I want to be sure that I am like running into 2021 with so much energy and positivity and excitement, and that I have set myself up to make all of those things happen. So I thought I'd share those with you because maybe they will help you as well get kind of moving and thinking and shaping your 2021 a little bit differently. So the first goal is one that I share a lot. I teach a whole class about it, but that's about decluttering. And when I say decluttering, I'm not just meaning like the piles of papers that you've got on the right or on the left, or maybe on the floor, um, but decluttering your mind, decluttering relationships, decluttering the inside of your body. I mean, all those things are just weighing you down. And so I've made it a challenge for myself, a goal for myself that I want to declutter in some certain areas so that when January 1 gets here, I will feel a little more open, a little less bogged down. So I invite you to consider what could you declutter in your world that would give you a little sense of freedom and joy and hope. If it's a pile of papers, great. Let's get on that pile of papers. If it's a closet that you just keep stuffing stuff in, or a junk drawer, great. But maybe it's a relationship that you just haven't felt really good about for a while and you need to have a conversation. Or maybe it's maybe thinking about food differently, something of that nature. So that's my first goal. The second goal that would really set you up for 2021 with great and astounding success would be to get calendared. And what I mean by this is figuring out your own system. It might be a digital calendar. You might, do everything on your phone so it talks to all of the things, or maybe you're old school and you have a paper calendar. Maybe you do a combination of both. Maybe you also use some kind of management system like Trello or something like that. I am mostly digital and use Trello religiously. And I want to be sure that I've got things on there, that I've set my systems up so that I can make sure I'm showing up in the way that I want to show up in the world. And I think that is one good way to help us stay organized, to stay focused, and look at how we're spending our time, because that's part of that goal is, am I spending my time with the people or the things I want to be spending my time on? A third goal that would help you out, it would be to set some vision. And I don't mean goals. And I teach a whole lot about goal getting, right? And the goal getting strategies that you can have to really set you up for success. But setting vision is different. And as we leave 2020 and there was so much maybe left undone, so much you had to pivot, so much you had to change or alter, maybe things didn't come to fruition, maybe you just set stuff aside and was like, well, I'll just get to that after the pandemic. I really think it's important to kind of reset your vision. Your vision shouldn't change too much, but your vision will embody what you're feeling in the world and what you manifest in the world. So re-anchor to vision. If you haven't done vision work, holler at me. I'd love to walk you through that. But it's so important because it lets you know your values. It lets you know how to spend time on certain things, the kind of relationships you need to be cultivating, how you want to show up in the world. And it's really hard to do that if you really don't understand your vision. And if you don't understand your vision, it doesn't matter what goals you set, because they just won't always feel like they're in sync with what you're trying to do in the world. So now is the time in this next 6 weeks or so to really get anchored in to how you want to be living your life. And that is definitely vision and how you want to be, just not only within your own self, but the impact that you're making in the world. The fourth goal, as you go into 2021, you've got plenty of weeks to make this happen, is to celebrate. There's so much funk in the world, right? There's so much bleh and muck and mire and masks and cancellations that it might not seem that celebration is something you should do, but you've made it this far. All these months of lockdowns and masks and changes, and I think it's good for your spirit if you recognize that. Take a moment to celebrate all that you've done, how you've made it, what you've gone through. Give yourself that positive kind of shooting forward out of a cannon into 2021. So figure out a way to do that, whether it's a Zoom party, some kind of virtual holiday party, whether it's you're going to engage in a craft, take a class, do a something. Maybe you're going to decorate your office just for no reason and get dressed up one day. Whatever it is, mark time of making it through by figuring out a way to celebrate that. A fifth goal would be to do some relationship work. What do I mean by that? Well, I don't know like what you're talking about or what, I hear that a lot when I say relationship work. But relationship work are business relationships, they're spiritual relationships, they're love relationships, they're friend relationships, they're family relationships. And I bet in one of those spheres, maybe neighbors even, there's one that maybe just doesn't feel quite right. Or there's one that you want to be manifesting differently. Maybe you wish things were at a different level than they are. And using this 6 weeks in this time would really be a great time to start thinking here and here in your heart and putting it out there on how you want that relationship to look. And then once you've got it, how you want to look, then back up and go, now what are the steps I need to do to make that happen? Do you see the difference there? It's not, well, this person isn't or that person isn't. It's what do I need to do to be in a relationship like I want with that person? So this makes big changes with your boss. It really does do incredible work with volunteer systems. When you decide how you need a relationship to work and then you're doing that work to make that happen, you'll see there will be some transformation coming towards you as well. So that is also a great goal to have as you're going into 2021. And the final goal, the sixth goal, thanks for hanging in with me for about 7 minutes, is around self-care. So with the pandemic, I think we've all realized kind of holes that we have in the way that we were living our lives pre-COVID, right? BC, before COVID. And then after COVID, how do we want things to look? So use these weeks to figure that out. Do you want to be exercising more? Do you want to meal plan? When restrictions are lifted, do you want to be sure that once a week you're having friends over, or you go to dinner somewhere? Like whatever that is that feeds your soul, now is the time to start figuring that out and making sure as you go into 2021 that it becomes a non-negotiable for you. Okay, those are my quick 6 goals to get you rocking into your 2021 so that you can take charge, you can celebrate, you can show up as your very best self in the new year. And if I can help you on that journey, please let me know. I'm Suzanne Castle, and I will see you next week, 2:30 every single day except for Thanksgiving. All right, take care. Bye.